How's it going, guys? It's your man JT coming at you with another video, and I'm not here to talk about any game in particular. The last game the Miami Dolphins played was a while ago on Thursday Night Football. Thought about making a video right after that game, but just didn't really feel like it the night of. And then Friday I headed out to Jacksonville to watch the Gators, played the Bulldogs, so never really got around to it. This upcoming game, we have the New York Jets, who we beat in week 2. Now we play them here at home. So a chance to sweep them. I am excited for that game. Hopefully that the team can kind of really turn around their season. They need to. It's really a now or never situation. I think if you lose this game and you're 4-5, with the way that the AFC is looking, you can pretty much call this a season. Injuries continue to pile up as Vincent Taylor now is on the IR. And I'll get to that more in a little bit in this video. The injuries this year are just crazy. And it makes it very hard to judge this team. But I want to talk about the trade deadline because yesterday the Miami Dolphins signed defensive end / defensive tackle Ziggy Hood. He's been in the league 10 years. He's played for teams like Jacksonville and the Redskins. And he's fine. He's good. He's getting up there. He's like 31 now at this point. But, you know, a decent enough player, but not really a game changer. He'll probably be here to fill in, you know, William Hayes role or Vincent Taylor role. But the trade deadline comes and goes, and, you know, Ravens trade for a running back after the Packers were not happy with Ty Montgomery off his decision to kind of play some hero ball. You know, the Eagles trade for wide receiver. The Cowboys, you know, a week ago traded for Amari Cooper. You know, guys getting moved around, teams making deals. The Miami Dolphins, one of the teams that didn't do anything on the trade deadline. And for me, it's very frustrating and it's disappointing. And I don't want to overreact. And I'm certainly usually not one of these guys that gets very big on the trade deadline. Usually, some of these names pop up, and I'm like, oh, they're older, or they're washed, or it's not that good, or you shouldn't give up, you know, 4th and 5th round picks for these guys. And I don't actually have a direction that the Miami Dolphins should go in based on how the season's going. Because, again, there is some talent on this team. There is some good stuff. And you can just simply blame this whole season on injuries and say they'd be a playoff team if healthy. Fine. But for the Dolphins to not do anything, I can't help but feel that it just speaks to why they've been mediocre the past 15 years. Why it just never seems to get out of this rut, because they don't really seem to have a plan themselves. And because and either way, like, I'm not saying they needed to sell the farm, tank, and do all this other stuff. They didn't. You know, if you still want to compete this year, if Adam Gase and Tannenbaum, they're focusing on getting as many wins now as they can because they want to save their jobs, and you believe you still have a team that can compete, then show me that. Go out and, you know, if you get outbid, and maybe they did, that's one thing, but go out and trade for a Dante Fowler who got traded, or a Bruce Irvin who was out there in rumors because you need pass rushers, or pick up, you know, an extra defensive player, or move some guys around, get something, make some kind of move, because then we can go, okay, hey, the Dolphins still believe they're in it, they still believe they can win, and if they're wrong, then we can judge it accordingly. For example, if they had traded a 4th round pick for Bruce Irvin, I might sit here and go, I don't know if he should have done that. Guy's a little older, doesn't get to the quarterback as much, giving up future assets for a guy like that. But I would have understood the move because there would have been a clear direction as far as, hey, we still think we can compete this year. Or the other way around. You know, hey, we're going to let a Devontae Parker or, you know, a TJ McDonald or something like this go, or entertain offers for Cam Wake even. We're going to, you know, because not that we're giving up on the season, not that we're tanking, but that we understand, hey, our odds aren't looking good this year. And we're going to protect 2019 and 2020 and put those a priority over going all in and winning this year. Just standing pat, doing nothing, when clearly anybody that watches this team knows there's so many concerns and questions with this team, to do absolutely nothing on a day when moves are being made and you could have set yourself up. You know, in a vacuum, it's okay, but when you look at what the Dolphins have done for 15 years, this is what they always do. They're not the most aggressive team. They don't go out and go all in on a rebuild. They don't go all in on trying to win. They never go all in on one direction. It's always just, you know, we'll be here. You know, we'll put a team together, and, you know, we got a quarterback situation that's good, but not good enough, and if injuries happen, and they end up 8-8, every single season. And it's disappointing. And again, I'm not sitting here saying, had they made a trade this deadline, all their problems would be fixed. But it just is another example of the Dolphins being one of the more passive teams in the NFL. And you can't be surprised when you're passive and when you don't do anything when the results aren't what you want. So, I don't know. Hopefully the Dolphins, though, bounce back. They've had 10 days to prepare against a Jets team that, isn't great. We've played Sam Darnold once, took advantage of, his youth and got him to turn the ball over. So the Dolphins will be hoping for the same. They'll be hoping for some home field advantage. Hoping to be 5-4 heading into a game with the Green Bay Packers. Hoping to get Ryan Tannehill back this week. So we'll see how this week goes for the Miami Dolphins. But let me know what you guys think. Should they have made a trade at the trade deadline? And I will see y'all next time.